Chris with HobbyKing.com. Our new FPV specialist work gave you a quick tease on the Poor Man V2s. Well, they're finally here, they're in stock, so we want to go a little more in depth and tell you about all the great changes that we've come out with the V2. So some of the things that we wanted to address from the V1, which was a fantastic product, we took your feedback. We wanted a 5-inch higher res monitor, we wanted better optics, we wanted the fitment on your face to feel a lot better so you didn't have to do so much DIY. We wanted to bring it in closer and deal with the optics on that, as well as support. We want to add some additional features so it wasn't with all these bulky cables and everything strapped onto it. You just look like a Martian with all this stuff on your head. We wanted to have a cleaner setup. What I'm going to do is talk about the housing. We're going to go through some of the electronics and we'll talk about the assembly. First thing on the housing, this thing has definitely been built with ergonomics in mind. And everyone says, oh, it's ergonomics, it's smooth and everything. No, we actually went through a lot of people and we tried to figure out what type of face that we wanted to build this for, and we decided we couldn't come up with one. So we wanted it to fit everyone. So what we've come up with was a 3-point contact system. We've got the front right here, which will contact your forehead, and then 2 points right here that are carvable and adjustable, which will adjust the angle that it sits on your face right here. One thing that we noticed with the first one was that a lot of people had to deal with their nose. They either had it in their nose or they had it above their nose. So what we've done is molded in a contact point right over here, or a slot for your nose itself. So you've got that slot. So you've got the 3 contact points and a slot for your nose. So it fits exactly perfect in line with where the monitor is supposed to be. But to deal with these contact points, you're obviously going to have these huge gaps. So it's going to let a lot of light in. That's why we've come up with the Neoprene Sock. Now with these contact points, in the set comes with some Neoprene strips, and you're supposed to lay those right on there, and that'll give you that real nice comfortable feel on your face. But once you slip it into the booty, what happens is that this sock, or this neoprene booty, is actually designed to be a little bit longer than the housing itself. So when you pull the straps around your head tight, it pulls this over and it creates a lip that is past the width of this, and that actually creates that little gasket, and it comes around all your face, and it actually is your light tight seal. So you only need to worry about how it feels on your face pushing up, and then this gasket adapts for the light itself. Now one of the cool things that I want to talk about on this is that we want it to fit people with glasses. A lot of people always ask, does it work with glasses? Absolutely in this version. If you notice, instead of it being straight, this one curves slightly out, and it kicks this neoprene, and when it comes around the side, it creates this little ear. You can get a better shot of it. Creates this ear, so you still get that light tight seal as it comes around, but because it curves this way and back, it actually kicks that seal up and around. And this slot, if we hold it up, is slotted out right in here. I'll pop that open. Slotted right out in here, and it allows you to fit with glasses. You can see it fits right on in there. Anyone with a pair of glasses, you'll be able to slide this right on, and it'll still be a light tight seal. So a lot of thought went into this housing. It's also got some slots right over here for a front-facing camera, which we'll talk about here in a second. And what's really cool, let's start talking about the assembly. As far as assembly, the other one you kind of had to glue together the housing. We've got now a molded housing. The lens just pops right into it and snaps together. You just lay down your 2 foam pieces. You slide the monitor in the housing. Helps if I put it in the correct way. You just slide it in the housing, put the 2 halves together. And you don't even have to glue this, because when you put it in the sock itself creates a tension. The neoprene is stretchy, and it creates tension and actually holds this together. So servicing this monitor or changing lenses is just a snap. You just pull it right out of the housing. Now, of course, you can glue it together if you want to do that, but it's not really necessary. That was assembly. It takes about 30 seconds. It's fairly straightforward. Some of the other things. Let's talk about the neoprene strap before we move on to the optics. Neoprene strap. So what we have here is a slot here designed for video receivers, whether it be a Uno or a Duno style receiver. It's got a slot right over here, and this is for a video switch, which comes in the kit. And that video switch is for that little front mount camera that we're talking about. It's wired right on in, and it just tags and provides power to the front camera, and you're able to just push that switch. So if you have your goggles on and you take them on and off, what happens is your eyes have to adjust a second to the light. If you just need to see something like someone's trying to talk to you and you just need to see visually what's going on around you, you can just push the button, look out the front-facing camera, and have a quick look to whatever it is you're needing to address, even land the plane using the external camera if you had to. But this way, your eyes don't have to readjust to the light by removing the goggles and putting the goggles back on. If you want to use it, it's in the box. If you don't want to use it, there's no need for it, but the provisions are there. Now, moving up to the top, it has a slot right up here for a head tracker. which is coming very, very soon. Stay tuned to the new items page. We've got a very exciting head tracker. Of course, it's on the same price point as the rest of the stuff. It's supposed to be very cheap and economical, and it absolutely is. So we have the slot for the head tracker, and rolling right over here, we've got a slot for your battery, standard 1300 3S or smaller 2S. It should fit pretty much anything right in there. On the bottom side, we've created some loops right in here, and this is the design to just handle some of your cables, cable messes. You can see these wrap up underneath here. You can run your cables right on through there. So you can end up with a very nice, clean installation with this neoprene sock that we came up with. Creates that light tight seal, has slots for everything, all your batteries, all your cables, so it doesn't look like this goofy alien with all this stuff hanging off your head like the V1s do. Very nice product right in here. So we talked about the housing, we talked about the neoprene. It fits people with glasses, and it adapts to everyone's faces using the strips and the little sock with the light tight seal. Let's talk about some of the optics. One of the things that we found with the 5-inch monitor was that when the monitor gets bigger and we get it closer to our face, because we wanted it not so heavy on the front as the V1, was that you get really bad hourglassing. To compensate for that hourglassing, what we found is that if we just take the Fresnel lens, and I'm not sure I'm pronouncing that right, I never do, and give it a slight flex and bow, it actually corrects for the hourglass. So when we went to mold with the plastic housing versus the older one, which was FR4, and you had to glue it or tape it, put it all together and drop it in the housing, this just snaps together. This housing, and you can't see it here, but you can see it a little bit here, has a curvature to it. So when you take the lens out of the protective cover, you lay it in there and you snap this in, it creates the perfect bow and gets rid of that hourglassing on the lens or on the screen itself. So you get a really nice square picture. So if you got an OSD with characters around the outside, you're able to still see them crystal clear with that in there. Now, once this is snapped together, the side posts just snap right on into the side, and it's fairly quick install. Just snap, just lay it in, put your housing together, of course your monitor in there, slip it in the boot, and you're all set on that one. So that is there, and of course the little side foam guards that just put right into the side right on here. You can tape them in, or you can just even lay them in if you want to. So as far as the optics, we took care of that. It's got a really nice high quality lens in it. We bowed it, and that matches this high-res 5-inch monitor. Is absolutely pristine. OSD is no problem. Night and day over V1. And of course the monitor is non-blue screen style monitor. So some of the other accessories that come in the kit, other than having the monitor, the booty, and of course the housing, is cable sets. Has an adapter. One nice thing, let me go back to the monitor. To try and reduce some of the cables on the monitor, we want to get rid of all the heavy-duty RJ or RCA style cables. So we actually have the monitor pre-soldered up with your 3.5. This works with 99% of the receivers out there. It's just plug and play on that, and power just goes right on in over there. We have an adapter in the kit if yours uses the little bit smaller adapter right over there. Of course, we've got XT60, has power for your video receiver, power for the tracker if you have that option, and power for the monitor itself. Plugs right into your XT60, comes right over to your 3-cell battery. Comes with the video switch like I was talking about. A couple other adapters right over here. This is for the front-facing camera. If you install it, and that just goes into your video switch and allows it to do the splitting and go out to your goggles. Neoprene strips, of course the sock, and comes with an extra lens. That's it, guys. This is the new V2. It is absolutely epic. The key points to take away with this is that it fits everybody's faces, works with glasses, high-res 5-inch monitor in there, non-blue screen, better optics, better fitment for all your gear. It plugs in, and that sock, and you get the weight off the front. A lot of innovation in this, a lot of testing, works absolutely phenomenal, and you absolutely cannot beat this FPV package for the price point that it's at. It's up on the new items page. It's available right now. Check it out. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. We will see you guys next time.